What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Dummy Wormy, and when it comes to Marvel Rivals, I already had to eat crow on this game. I initially thought that this was gonna be a massive flop. It was gonna basically come out here and immediately die on release. I didn't have high hopes for it, and I was proven wrong. As we can scroll down here onto SteamDB, we can see that it's been consistent. Gamers are enjoying this. You can constantly see all sorts of brand new content from this game every single week. People are constantly playing this game. Awesome. This is cool. I'm glad to have eaten crow on this title and to have been proven wrong. And honestly, it also goes to tell you that the hero shooter genre isn't dead yet. And again, the reason my belief structure was built around this, that the hero shooters are dead, is because games like Overwatch 2, for example, are starting to see dwindling results. Gamers aren't playing these games as much. Gamers aren't enjoying these games as much. And another thing that I thought that 100% proved that the hero shooter was dead was games like Concord, which, for those of you that don't remember, did get shut down this year shortly after releasing. Remember, this game basically came out with a whimper, and less than 2 weeks later, it got shut down. Yeah. Complete and total failure of the hero shooter, complete and total failure for Sony and all the companies that were involved in this, Firewalk Studio. This whole game here was a monumental disaster. The funny thing is, though, is we're starting to see people come out here and now cry that Marvel Rivals is successful while Concord is a complete and total disaster. Former Concord players not happy with Marvel Rivals' success. Why did Concord have to die and Marvel Rivals get to live? Oh, well, I mean, it couldn't possibly be that when we actually start taking a look at characters from Concord, yeah, we can see BS all around. There were freaking pronouns involved. All the characters looked just hideous. They were all diverse to an extreme degree. On top of that, the gameplay was buggy. It was entirely repetitive. It was boring. It wasn't breaking any new grounds. But the main thing people always focused in on was just look at all these characters. What's the selling point of this? What's the enjoyment of any of this? And on top of that, again, almost every single character did come with their own pronouns attached to them. Everybody knew how to identify them, and they had all these weird backgrounds. But when it comes to things like Marvel Rivals, for example, people are pointing out highly attractive characters. Like, women actually look like women. Characters actually look masculine and awesome. Like, people are pointing out the very stark contrasts in between the two, where you could just take a look at some of the characters here from Marvel Rivals. Thor looks awesome. You got Mantis looks attractive. Storm looks sexy. I believe this is that Winter Girl who again looks just beautiful. All these people are amazing. All the designs are fantastic. And on top of that, where Concord's selling point was identity politics, Marvel Rivals is getting things like new characters and new designs every single day. They just announced that they're releasing Fantastic Four, and along with this, we ended up seeing people talk about the new Miss Marvel skin that's going to be coming out that's connected to a 1961 run, Mistress of Hate. And when you see this, like this little video here connecting it all, yeah, you can understand why people are enjoying this over Concord. Like, look at this. Beautiful, sexy, things that gamers at one point loved. Like, this isn't news. This isn't rocket science. Marvel Rivals hit what everybody cares about. People want attractive things to play as. People want good gameplay. People want to actually have fun doing this stuff. And Marvel Rivals is achieving that. Where the selling point, again, for Concord was the first playable black trans woman. I'm not joking. This was a selling point for Concord, was the fact that they had Mila Jane, who was the first playable black trans woman. This was a reason to buy Concord. This was something that they said was a good idea. On top of that, you had the fact that Concord took 10 plus years to make and was thought of at the peak of Overwatch time. Yeah, Frickin' Marvel Rivals is eating Overwatch for lunch now. Marvel Rivals is successful. Marvel Rivals is constantly putting out new content, constantly telling gamers all sorts of cool and crazy stuff that they have planned. Well, Concord was this. And the funnier thing, the funnier thing, some of the people that are now complaining about Marvel Rivals being a big success, you want to know what the new complaint is? Things like this. Marvel Rivals has too many heroes for its own good. You have too many characters to pick from to actually play and enjoy. You're having too many people. They can't choose up their minds. They can't make up their minds. That's a good thing. That's telling you that they're getting more content. They're increasing their roster. They're telling people, hey, keep playing. We got more people on the way. We got more skins on the way. We're going to keep revamping this. We're going to keep making this interesting. This is good things to hear. All this is signs of a healthy ecosystem. And you wonder why Concord failed. It's because they never had a healthy ecosystem to begin with. All they cared about was identity politics. All they cared about was trying to copy frickin' Overwatch when Overwatch was already dying. We could point out why Concord failed and why Marvel Rivals is a success. We could point out interesting gameplay versus crappy gameplay. We could point out differences in just the ideology going into making these games. Concord was focused in on DEI, wokeness, progressive ideology, all this nonsense. Well, Marvel Rivals is focused in on giving you entertaining characters and giving you a fun time. You can see the difference here. You can see it. It's a stark contrast where one is super successful because it's actually catering the gamers, and the other one failed after 2 weeks because it didn't give a darn about gamers. But at the end of the day, when it comes to Marvel Rivals, I'm super hyped that people are loving this game, and I love seeing all the clips and stuff that constantly comes out from this game because it's always awesome, and it does give me a little bit of FOMO. But I'm going to leave it there. Let me get you guys' thoughts on all this down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Shout out friends, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video live, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.